Hello and welcome. This is a webinar made for Circular Economy and Eco-Design Erasmus project with our partners in 6 different countries. We have today Zero Waste Austria with us, and we will be talking about concepts how to reduce waste and how to, let's say, reduce waste. My guest today is Daniela, and my co-moderator is Hannah.
Hello, I'm Hannah. I'm here to help you out. If you have any questions, you can just write them in the comment section and I'm gonna answer them for you and also provide you with some interesting links.
Thank you very much. If you have any questions, any reactions, just feel free to drop into the comments, and as Hannah said, she will share all the links with you. I am in our Vienna office in Packhaus in the 3rd district in Vienna, and I would like to know, Daniela, where are you joining us from?
I'm right now in Carinthia in the south of Austria. Hello, everyone.
Beautiful. Thank you for joining us. You are working with Zero Waste Austria, and we are very pleased to have you. Would you like to introduce what is your business about and how did you start it?
Yes, of course, and thank you for having me. I also prepared a presentation. If you want, I can directly jump in to give you more details about Zero Waste Austria, as we are actually living the circular economy topic. And I've also prepared 2 best practice examples from projects we worked on. Yes, but yeah, I will directly start. So as you can see already on the screen, Zero Waste Austria is an association for the conservation of resources. So we are a non-profit organization, and also me and many other members volunteer in this association and really take their free time to try to make the world a better place. Yes, so maybe first I will introduce myself, who am I and how it started with Zero Waste Austria. I was actually raised and born on a farm and experienced a lot of circular economy throughout my grandparents, and I also got to know how it's farming like and how you can avoid waste, of course, and how to reduce it. And then I studied in Vienna. I moved to Vienna in 2010 and started my bachelor degree in entrepreneurship, a bilingual one, and focused in the master degree on project and process management. But the sustainability aspect accompanied me along the way. And now I'm currently also studying, besides my job, environmental and bioresource management at the BOKU. And since last year, I joined the nonprofit organization Zero Waste Austria, as it's really like a hard project for me to help people to get to know a sustainable lifestyle. And there in Zero Waste Austria, as you can see, I work as a head of online marketing and coordinate our team to communicate the best way out of our projects and topics and help the community to understand zero waste. And then I directly start with the topic zero waste. So what means zero waste? Because we are part of Zero Waste Europe. Maybe you also recognize Zero Waste Europe, and there is the straight out definition that zero waste is a philosophy, a strategy, and practical actions with the goal of eliminating, not managing waste. I mean, of course, everyone knows this is a step in the right direction, so it's not possible to avoid every waste you have from today until tomorrow. So every one of you who has experience in avoiding waste knows that this is not that easy. So I mean, of course, the goal is to eliminate waste, but we need to take steps to really eliminate it. And of course, is zero waste a climate protection? Because as we know in circular economy topics, yeah, we want to prevent the climate to rise, and therefore zero waste is also a movement and not only waste prevention. So it's about the bigger topic. Yes, and also it's for climate protection and for the community and also for the exchange of it. What is our vision and mission for Zero Waste Austria? So we have like a resource conserving approach to our planet. So we try to go along the 5 R's. So maybe you are already aware of it, how to first check if you need this resource, because everything you buy will take out resources of our planet. So first of all, you should think about if you need this, because every new product will take out resources from our planet. And therefore we want to bring together people and inform about zero waste and the climate protection. Also, maybe you heard about upcycling and reuse things. So those are all topics that come along together. Yeah, we also try to motivate people for like a zero waste lifestyle or nearly zero waste lifestyle, and we want to create awareness, because it's you maybe heard about terms like greenwashing or like different types of information, because in times of social media it's very easy to get information, but it's sometimes very hard to differentiate if this information is also valid. So we also try to inform you and so what are the current situations there in the society.
May I ask how, with what kind of people do you work on this? Because it feels like you are addressing end users. Is that that way, or do you work with companies to produce less waste in the beginning, or yeah, so that we have also a picture on with whom you collaborate? Yeah, your audience.
Yes, of course. As we have the circular economy, we try to work with everyone. So we have communities where like it's the end user, so the consumer, which buys products or which wants to have a zero waste lifestyle, for example. But we also work along with B2B, with companies and also with associations. I will talk about that later in the projects as well, because of course every step counts and every person counts, and you can have you can make an impact, but we also need like big companies to work with because they make a bigger impact for that. So we try to call every person around there. Yes. So we have our vision, and this is also the next slide, our community. Just a few figures about there, because we have online and offline communities, of course. Before COVID, we also had like offline events I will talk about later. But nowadays we directly also host some webinars to inform our community about the latest topics, because we have like monthly focuses there, and for that topic we want to also have some webinars to inform the communities here. And we're very proud that we reached we started in 2017, and until now we have now over you see 10,000 Facebook followers, more than 5,000 newsletter subscribers, and we're growing very fast and constantly. So this makes us very, very proud. And as we are a non-profit organization, we have the possibility to give back something to our members, because we have a membership deals not only for companies, which we try to promote on our channels, and we take care that they are not or they're working on one of the 5 R's, so they need to be sustainable for the world. And also we have members which get a zero waste card. So you're not donating to a non-profit organization, but you you pay for the zero waste card, but you get back like discounts from our companies. So those are now more than 80 companies which provide you a discount when you buy things here. So we tried with this zero waste card to give you an easier access to a zero waste lifestyle. And now we come to the most important part and most interesting parts for you as well, our project. So here are a few projects we worked on and we currently work on, and on 2 of them I will focus. The first one is the strategies to reduce and manage food waste. So we worked here together with the Zero Waste Europe, and where I can show you then a paper which has collected all the informations for you. And we worked on this project over 3 years because, as you can imagine, this is quite a huge topic. Then we have the Zero Waste Family Challenge, that one we host in Austria since 2019. So every year in October, we have like a challenge for the whole family, where every week has different topics. So for example, we start in the bathroom, and then you get like tips what you can avoid in the bathroom and what you can reuse maybe, or what you don't need, and how to pimp up your zero waste life. And so we try to focus on the whole family, because it's very important if you live maybe with your family or in a house with many people, that you talk about it, you communicate about it. So when maybe for the bathroom, you can buy like the shampoo in bigger portions, or you can either make your shampoo by yourself. So there are many ways which you can try out. I mean, you need to do what fits to your needs, but for in a house, or also in like a living association with some students or some colleagues, you can talk about that, and maybe you can support each other to avoid like also food waste and stuff like that. But that is very important to openly communicate it. And what I experienced when I directly communicate topic like food waste, or how we can avoid this, or do we really need like additional I don't know, not buildings, additional things in your room, or maybe can we avoid, or in parties, can we avoid to bring like many different presents? Can we just put together our money and give him one really good present? So for example, so that's quite good that everyone, so I experienced that the person I talk with, they are really like openly and say, okay, no, we don't need that waste. We try to make it as zero waste as possible. And then we had also the project, the waste prevention in the Austrian hotel industry project, which we also worked 3 years on it. This one I will also discuss later on, because this was a very huge topic with a few associations where we worked together. And that one will help the hotels to avoid waste in general. And 2 projects we are currently working on are the Unpacked Knowledge and the Waste Prevention in Schools projects. So for the Unpacked Knowledge, this is all about like unpacked consuming. So maybe you know Kreisler and some markets where you can bring your own bottles and so on, and you fill in your ingredients what you want. So we try to work on a project here to gain as much experiences and best practices and knowledge to share it then with the community, because in cities it's quite easy to buy your things unpacked, but for example in smaller cities and on the countryside you don't have that opportunity at all. I mean, you have like farming industries where you can directly go, but it's not that used as we have it, for example, in Vienna.
Since we are working with other countries, and I don't know the situation right now in Kosovo and Albania and Macedonia and so on, but a little bit historically speaking, we had the unpacked concept in the markets, for instance. So you would go with your stuff there and get your grocery in your fillet, in your bag, in whatever. And so it would be so easy for communities who still have this strong market concept to utilize your unpacked knowledge and strengthen it and make it future proof, kind of like. Yeah, I think we should share a bit your insights and pictures with that in our documentations and so
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Let's
of
not
course.
forget that.
Yeah, we can of course do that. Yeah, and I find it very funny, or not really funny, but it's very interesting if you go then from like swapping to get things in like a bigger amount, and you come with your own bottles, and then you have everything in plastic, and now we go back to this because it's the most necessary way now. Yeah, so that's quite an interesting discussion. We should have a webinar about that later on. Yes, good. So that was the project overview, and then I would like to share some insights from the waste prevention and the zero food waste topics on the next slides. And yes, before, as I already said, step by step forward without waste. So yes, nobody's perfect. I mean, at least if you try, it's like the best thing you can do. And also talk about it. That's what I experienced also very much.
That I found very amazing. I had no idea how many followers and collaborators and yeah, how big your reach was. I think it's amazing that you managed in 3 years to get so many people on board, and I wish you, of course, much more luck. And I think not only step by step, but also person by person,
Yes, of
this
course.
whole zero waste
Of
thing
course.
can be a vision which is much more closer to the reality, I think.
Of course, thank you for the compliments. And it's also really great to see that so many people are really interested in the topic. So you see that I mean, it is important, of course, but you see that the awareness of the community is already present. So yeah, that's quite cool. Yes, and oh yeah, before I start, just our events, as I already mentioned, we have like a few webinars, and we really looking forward to have like events offline also again, because this is also, and also for our companies, like you have the good exchange, you have like the community members and the companies, they can exchange, sometimes they can collaborate. So yeah, that's a bit missing. I mean, we try to work on that online as well, but as I experienced throughout the last year, you don't have like the real coffee breaks where sometimes very good ideas were created. So that's one thing that is really, really missing when only hosting it online, but I don't have to tell you. Yes, and of course I really love it, and you will also see it in the end, because it's such a good quote. It's like, be the change you want to see in the world. And because that means it all starts with you. I mean, you can blame everyone for not, or for throwing away waste, or for not looking about the environment. But if you also do so, I mean, how should the change then begin? Yes.
Totally
Good.
agree.
Thank you. Yeah, if you keep that in mind, I mean, you can write it as a good mantra also, because it helps you not only for the waste you generate, it helps you also in other situations. I can totally, yeah, I support that. All right, so for our waste prevention project, as you already saw before, we work together with the Austrian Hotelier Association and the Waste Institute of the BOKU. So that was also quite good for us, because this is a huge community and experience knowledge base which we could use. So we had a good, yeah, we were a good team on that topic, so to say. And we managed, because it started with the Boutique Hotel Stadthalle. It's a very well-known sustainability hotel in the middle of Vienna. So they really have many ways to host people sustainable, and everyone who has already slept there or had made a vacation or a staycation in the Boutique Hotel Stadthalle has the best the best to say about it. And it doesn't matter if there are many ways for making for have sustainable habits in the hotel. It doesn't matter for the visitors, because they don't recognize it that much. I mean, they think that it's cool, but the experience overall is the same when they sleep in a hotel where the hotel is not focused on sustainability. So that's quite good. And we also managed to get 7 other hotels to participate here. And because what is the problem in Austria, or not only in Austria, but also in Austria, especially for hotels? You have very, very much waste. I mean, everyone knows the small packages in the bathroom or in your living room, where you have like every detail packed in plastic, or your slippers. Yes, I could talk about it for 10 minutes, and I think everyone knows like 10 things what's not needed to be packaged. And therefore we thought, okay, we need to do something against that. And also the Austrian Hotelier Association had the same thought about it. So we had something we worked on the last 3 years, because we had like a measurement for the hotels which were created beforehand, and also done by the 7 participating hotels in Austria. And a result of that, there is a guideline for waste prevention in hotels. So this is, I will show you then, this is like a 53 booklet. So it's available online, where every hotel can work through this guideline. So really every step in the kitchen, in the restaurant, in the rooms, in the spa is mentioned there, and what can be done here. And overall, after this, we have a measurement booklet I can show you later on as well, where you see really best practices, what you can do in the hotel. And it's not only done in Austria, but you can, if you hopefully soon make a vacation again in another hotel in another country, you can maybe also make the hotel aware what can be done here and what tips you have, or maybe what best practices are in Austria.
One question, because you said you had guidelines and how to reduce waste. But waste, as you mentioned, like soap and so on, this is also related a lot to the hygiene, which is now with COVID-19 even more topic. Do you have to update your guidelines? Because
No.
your project was until 2020.
Yeah.
Do you have to do anything COVID related?
No,
Upgrade?
that's a good question, because I will show you what the measurements are and the best practice. So you will see they are hygienic, and it's possible to do it that way also. I mean, of course, some glasses should be, the buffet, it's not possible right now. So, but those are the small steps which are also in the guideline there and mentioned here, of course. But for a COVID hygienic concept, there is also on top another guideline for hotels as well. This is really, really related to waste, and also, of course, hygienic, yes, as you need it in every area. And therefore, you will see here the guideline, where you can see it's 53 pages. Unfortunately, it's in German, but you can directly translate it on the website. So for everyone who is interested in it, you see really waste prevention in every area of the hotel. But we have also, which is more interesting, I think, some direct measurements I would like to show you, because there are also some pictures here, and they are easily adapted, and you can directly see it in in the hotel. I just zoom out a bit. Yes, I hope you see it good on the screen. Is it nice? Good, great. So here you can see the cooperation of the other 7 hotels which accompanied us along the way. And yes, and therefore we have for this guideline we have separated also in different parts, like in your room, where you can choose like a wine bottle with glasses and not the mini bar where you have like small different bottles, sometimes in plastic, and sometimes you have plastic glasses, hopefully not everywhere, but yes, it's also quite used. And what's also very important, you have to, or you can give sustainable giveaways. So maybe an apple or some, I don't know, maybe you know the company Unverschwendet, who takes like food waste and makes out of it like jams and syrups and other fruit stuff related things. That's such a sustainable way. So you can also make a cooperation with some of them, some companies who work on like also food or whatever waste reduction topic. Quite nice what Boutique Stadthalle makes is like info material out of long-lasting materials like woods. So that's also quite nice. So you have the nature directly in the room, or you can also put it outside. Of course, I think it's not new for you to have like reusable water bottles. I mean, for me, I always have my coffee to go bottle with me, my water bottle, and a bag if I buy something and I don't have a bag here. Or sometimes I also gave my bag. It's like of course, a reused one, a long-lasting one. I gave them to some people which needed a bag. Yeah, because it's always better than to get like a plastic one. And then what else do we have? Of course, like tap water you should use if it's possible in the country you're living in. And yeah, also like notices for where is the tapped water. So that's also quite important to make like info material for the guests so that they know how to use it and where to find it. And what's also very important is everyone knows like the towels which are washed every day and changed every day. So only like a few sign or a paper where it says, okay, if you don't need a new one, just put this sign outside, or just don't throw the towels on the floor. It helps us to reuse like whatever water and help the environment. Yes, and maybe what else is interesting? Of course, food separation. That's very, very important, and it depends on the guidelines in your state, of course. But it can also help to prevent like so much waste and to reuse the waste, because everyone knows if you recycle it not good and not well for in that case, sometimes it's a small waste can have a big impact and the whole system get crashed where you recycle it. So that therefore it's very important to also focus on that topic. Yes, of course, for like the shampoo and so on, to avoid the plastic here, and also for the hygienic reason, we have like this suspenders where it's like in bigger portions, so you can refill it directly from your housekeeping personnel. So there we have no hygienic problems at all. What else? Yeah, that's also quite interesting to make like a revival of soap. So the small soap which can be reused, or when it's broken. So they also sometimes reuse it in hotels here as well.
I had a very interesting project. I think it was in India. They figured out that there is so much soap waste, and where on the other hand, so millions of people don't have access to soap. So they had a project, I mean, an association like yours, and they collected from hotels this rest material and pressed them to new soaps for people who can, yeah, who who need it.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's very, very beautiful. Yeah, of course. And if you can support, or if you maybe have idea for projects like this, that's also like the best way you can support. I mean, what we did was that we tried to collect also all the soaps which were already present from the hotel and which they wanted to throw away. And then we gave them to like Caritas, like houses for people which are homeless. So that's also because soap is very, very important. I also worked in a homeless association once and still volunteer sometimes. So I saw what is really needed. And that's also a point. I mean, of course, they make waste there as well, but it's very important to understand what homeless people need, because they get like shoes and clothes which look very pretty, but they don't need it for a fashion show. They need it to sometimes sleep outside. So that's also very important to think about that too, if you try to reduce your waste and give it maybe to homeless people. Yeah. Which and no, another one, what I also like on the reception, for example, is like more conversation and less flyer. So more talking with people, more helping out on some topics, and not giving them like, I don't know, a bunch of flyers. Yeah, you can read it and then do it.
We had a project with Kosovo, which was about sustainable tourism. In the end, it was a heritage project actually, but we used the tourism sector as a catalyst to create opportunities as I mean jobs, local jobs, and so on for the community. And the one of the conclusions was, because we have been exchanging with other experts like from Austria and so on, there are some experiments where people try to get consulting from either hotel lobby or people who do these travels and make group tours for you and so on. And the testing person sometimes got really very extensive books, like you can do in the region Bayern, let's say 100 activities and so on. So they got really sometimes some kilos of promotional material, which was very detailed and so on. But the person who was deciding took the one which was even not the cheapest, but the one where they got a consultation and recommendation from one person.
Yeah.
So I think what you suggest here is not only waste reduction, it's also a very good concept to do a better service.
Yeah,
actually.
Of course. And I also really like that in not only in service, but also in communication, because imagine if you have a person in front of you who has, for example, I won't say less, but not so many touch points with like zero waste or waste at all. So, or did not think about that very much. So if you then overload this person with books, information, and whatsoever, I mean, he or she would say, okay, maybe it's not a topic for me, or no, the barrier, it's like too hard. So I really like the concept of asking what the person needs and trying to figure it out to help the person, and maybe give them 1 or 3 steps to start. And then the first initial point is done.
And also, for instance, if I'm coming to Vienna, I might even not know German to get in touch with those organizations to book a trip and so on. Yeah, we should really, when we offer this, we should be really careful in what is the point here. And not be afraid of communicating, as you say.
Yeah, that's so true, because I know the barrier to talk with someone, it's like, okay, I don't know, maybe you're a shy person, yes, but I mean, everyone is just in the same boat. So yes, if you're friendly, and of course you can help everyone and try to, empathy is for me always the like code word for it. Yeah, but at least you try. I would close my talk now and say thank you for having me. And you see here all the details. I mean, of course, Zero Waste Austria always appreciates new followers on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, whatever you want. And you can also visit the website where you have many more informations regarding like food waste and so on. And if you have questions directly to me, do not hesitate to contact me as well. I have also my contact details. And yes, I would say thank you. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
Thank you very much, Daniela. That was very good to get an overview on what you work. And I think the shared materials will be also very useful for our trainees, but also our contacts. So we will try to share them as much as possible. I wanted to ask, since you are pretty new, I mean, 3 years is pretty young, I would say. And we have in this training, especially starters. So the concept is wastepreneurship. And I think apart from the from the urban topics which I mentioned, I think in terms of entrepreneurs, it could be useful or interesting for the participants to understand how they can participate or be a part of the Zero Waste Europe. Are there countries which are not covered, or how is the procedure? Yeah, because as said, we have Italy, Albania, and so on, different countries in this project, but also our reach is, I mean, as Wonderland, we cooperate with partners and members from various countries in Europe. And I think that that would be very interesting to know what are the procedures, are there in every country's things, or how to apply or collaborate when they have a project idea and so on. If you could.
Yes, I mean, for example, in Austria, we reached out to Zero Waste Europe. So, because I mean, Zero Waste Europe, it's like, so to say, the holding one, yeah, but not every country has the connection to Zero Waste Europe. So you need to directly reach out to Zero Waste Europe, and then because they not only work together with Zero Waste Germany, Zero Waste Italy, I mean, it's not present throughout, or not in every country in Europe, unfortunately, but hopefully soon. So therefore, it's the best way to reach out to Zero Waste Europe, and they will tell you how they can support you, and maybe other organizations are already available in your country where you start as a startup. Because in Austria, we, for example, try to support startups which like a small amount for membership, and we make a social media coverage for them. So we have different packages here. So we really try to support small startups and businesses in that way. But what I would suggest is to reach out to Zero Waste Europe, and they have a long knowledge also for that, and other connections to important associations for the startup maybe itself, and branches and industries.
What is for us also important aim is that we kind of facilitate people who can be the changers. As you said, you are advocating for a world which is a better place. And therefore, we very often leave the boundaries of architecture. We leave also the boundaries of design, even not only planning. You mentioned in the beginning what kind of educational background you have, where you volunteered and so on. And I think it's very important to a little bit understand, does one need to start up or to be a player in this area? Do you need a lot of background, or is place for everyone, or how do you see, or what kind of experiences did you collect over the time?
Yeah, from my perspective, and I'm currently also mentoring in an impacton for sustainability projects, where like many people gathered ideas to reach the sustainable goals. And what I saw here is the mixture of a team. I mean, of course, it's easier if you're a team and you can help each other out, yes. But what I saw is, if you, let's say, will work in the farming sector, of course, it's very good to have background knowledge, but I experienced also that if you're interested, I mean, if you have an idea in that area, you have already background knowledge. I mean, maybe you're not an expert, but at least you're interested in, and you have a good you burn for that idea, so you want to develop it. And what I experienced is that if you really like the idea and have a bit of background understanding, and of course an economical background understanding is also not bad, and the sustainability one, but nowadays you can courses online, or you watch YouTube videos, or you go on LinkedIn courses, whatever, you can gain the knowledge very easy. I think the important one is the interested in and the curiosity, and an idea you want to make big, and have the environment with that.
And perhaps doing, not just
Yes,
dreaming.
yes, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, not talking about doing. I mean, of course, it's important to write a business plan, yeah, but it doesn't need a business plan with 100 pages and no one reads it, yeah. And to think about the idea and to have maybe like a 3 years plan, yeah, but you don't need to, discuss everything or think about everything in really so much detail, because when you do it, you will see everything is the other way around, or it works a bit not so as you thought of. So yeah, just do it.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Daniela. That was very insightful, and I think for me at least it was very inspiring to be active and to connect and to exchange and to do stuff. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, and thank you, Hannah, for moderating online. Thank you, everyone, for being with us and watching and commenting and asking questions. You will have all those links on our website, and our publication will be available as well online for everyone. So the aim here is really to inspire each other and work together for a better place. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.